going to cover is why the M3 is the best laptop to buy. I've seen all these video reviews from all these celebrities on YouTube, and everyone tells you, oh, get the M1, it's cheap. Buy the M2, it's less money. But none of them say, this is the best laptop you should buy today. Why? Because you're getting the latest and greatest chip and some new features for the same price. Yeah, they didn't even raise the price over the M2. So why would you get an M2 that was the same price 3 weeks ago, and now you can get the M3 with more features, faster processor for the same price? So don't listen to these people, oh, they're just bashing Apple. Yeah, and they're Apple supporters, but they're like, oh, get the M1, it's $600. Well, there's a reason why it's $600. It's 3 years old. So as soon as you buy it, you have a 3-year-old laptop. In a year, you have a 4-year-old laptop. Sure, it's fast and nice, but why would you buy a 3-year-old laptop when this M3 is brand new with state-of-the-art everything? Well, except the case and screen. They kept the case and the screen because, well, it works. And it would make the laptop more expensive to redesign it just so that it would what? Look new? Well, this is a perfectly good laptop as it is. So let's dive in and see what's different and what's the same. First, let's go over what is the same. The case. No change in the size, no change in the colors. It's the same, whether it's the 13 or the 15. The other change, or no change, is let's open the screen and have a look. Keyboard, mouse pad, the color, Starlight, all the same. Also, the screen itself, no change. Same resolution, same color profile, everything. Same as the M2. So they kept the case intact and they made the changes mostly under the hood. Same 2 ports, only 2. They didn't add any more ports. Has the same MagSafe charger, the dual, and no changes. So what did they change? 1, obviously, M3 CPU. 8 cores, same. 10 core GPU, same. But they did change the SSD, which doubled the speed from the M2. So now you get a really fast SSD even at the 256 gigabyte version, which makes the whole laptop feel so much faster. Another thing, they added Wi-Fi 6E. That's not so big, but if you have it, it's great. If you don't, you probably might see an increase in your throughput simply because the system is much newer and more efficient at Wi-Fi than the previous ones. So that's another change. Then they added the ability to plug 2 external monitors into this laptop, provided that you close the lid. Only works when it's closed. But if you have 2 4K displays, well, now it supports it. Before, you could only have 1. You could use other external hubs, things to get around that, but now you can just plug it right in. That's another upgrade. So we have faster SSD, faster Wi-Fi, the ability to plug two monitors directly into the unit without using some hub workaround, something you didn't have before. So now let's look at the CPU. The CPU, the M3, runs at 4.05 gigahertz. For a lot of people that don't know what that means, that's how fast it runs. The M2 ran at 3.54. Obviously, M3 is faster. Now, tack on the increased speed of the processors and the GPU and the increased clock speed and the better caching that is built in to the M3, you end up with about a 20% increase in performance over the M2. Who doesn't like 20? I mean, I listen to these guys complaining, oh, buy the M1, don't buy the M3. Really? 20% isn't enough for you? What were they expecting? A 50% bump in 1 year over the last CPU? Come on. I mean, if you went to your car dealer and said, well, I'm not buying this, I'll get the 3-year-old car because it's not 50% faster than the 3-year-old one. Well, come on. That's ridiculous. 20% is a lot of improvement in 1 year. Now, Apple is touting this as the best laptop for the price for AI. Why do they say that? The M2 had 16 cores for AI, and so does this one. So why is this one better? Well, I think they're just saying this one's faster, right? 20%. And it's going to be faster on AI than the M2 or the M1. It's a marketing thing. And in the future, maybe even the next OS, they're going to introduce more AI features, whether it's through iCloud or other, cloud computing of some kind. But it will allow you to take advantage of a lot of AI and even things that work on your machine. Not having to go to some computer somewhere like Google or whatever to have it process it. Why is that important? Well, with 16 neural engines, 4 gigahertz, this is going to be a really fast AI computer that can do things right on your device. Not have to go out to the internet, wait for the response to come back from your server, and it'll be able to do it like Siri. Siri is going to do a lot of things locally and not have to go across the internet to do it. Like, for instance, I use a photo app that uses AI to enhance my photos. And it is so good at it that I don't bother doing a lot of editing on the photos anymore because it just figures out what the best settings need to be set and the lighting and the contrast, and I just go one photo at a time and it just enhances them instantly. I mean, right on device. It doesn't go to the server and come back. So I don't need a huge bandwidth connection. It just does it right on the Mac using the AI neural engines. And it's fast. So yeah, now I could take pictures, and yeah, they may not have the exact, profile that I'm looking for, but when this thing sees the photo, it enhances exactly what I need it to do. Now, I'm not a professional, those people will want more than what I'm doing. But for me, taking my, vacation photos or whatever, and having it just make them pretty much professional photos all by itself. That's worth the money. And now that it can do it on device, even better. I'm not sending my entire photo library to some server at Google and then have it figured out and send it all back to me. So also, I bought this device for my own personal use. I used to have an M2 13. Now I have the M3 15. And nobody sent me a free laptop to evaluate. And trash, which I don't understand. Why would Apple send all these bros on YouTube a free laptop to evaluate, and they tell you after that, oh, don't buy this. Buy the M1. 3-year-old machine. Apple, if you're listening, send me the free laptop. I will give you a great review because, well, I actually use it. I buy it for my own use, not just to run benchmarks and say, oh, it's only 20% faster. Really? So Apple, send me a free laptop. I will evaluate it.